Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware. They still got plenty in stock. If you need rock salt, sand, mag ice pellets and flakes, Pelledo, or maybe your snowblower conked out after the blizzard and you need to replace it, uh, head over to Omni, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125, serving the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. So let's take a look at what we're expecting to happen for this week ahead. And of course, as you take a look at the satellite, we had at least some reprieve today. There are some clouds streaming in from the west. Now, those clouds might help keep temperatures from going off the wall tonight in snow-covered areas away from the warmer urban areas out in Pine Barrens and so on. It normally would be the type of night with clear skies and light winds. You'd probably see temperatures go below zero. But it looks like those clouds might help to hold the temperatures up. So most lows will be in the single digits and teens. And then we're going to start a slow climb upward as we go through this week. I'm thinking we should start making our way higher up into the 20s to near 30 on Monday, and I will be in the 30s on Tuesday. We'll probably inch into the 40s on Wednesday, and Thursday will be the warmest day, where we'll see temperatures from northeastern Pennsylvania on up into central New England in the upper 40s, and everybody else I think should get into a range of low and mid 50s. If we were going to have some sun on Thursday, which is a big question. If we have it early, these temperatures would be maybe higher by about 4 or 5 degrees, but the models seem to be backing off on this, and part of that may have to do with the fact that we have the deep snow cover. Part of it may have to do with the fact that we have a bit of an onshore flow going into Wednesday, so that might slow the warm up down. But we are going to, I think, at least get up above 50 in most places on Thursday before the next cold front and wave of low pressure that'll develop on it starts to come in for later Thursday night, and Friday. WPC on their snowfall forecast for the next 72 hours. You can see where all the snow is concentrated in the next 72 hours. Most of this is not in the early part of the period, but more along the lines of Wednesday into Thursday, as we're seeing a fairly large swath of 2 inches plus of snowfall probability of going up to over 90% in some places. And then if we pop up the probability of at least 4, we are also seeing a fairly large area of 50 to 60% probability from Oklahoma on up into Michigan. In their long range for this week, the day of focus will start with Thursday. I'm sorry, we'll start with Friday. This is Thursday into Friday. So you see they have the southern edge of 10 to 30% of at least a quarter of an inch liquid equivalent of snow and sleet just north and west of Philadelphia, just north and west of Washington, D.C., Baltimore, north and west of Philadelphia and Trenton, cutting across New York City, and then heading on into southern Connecticut. But you get upstate in New York and north central PA, you're starting to look at 30 to 50%, and in western New York, you're looking at 50 to 70. Now, on their forecast for Friday into Saturday, kind of extended this a little bit based on the overnight model guidance, judging from the timestamp that they have. I didn't see the dayside stuff, so maybe they'll change it later. I don't know, but they're going for a 10 to 30% chance from northeast Virginia all the way on up into New England. As we'll just scroll the map down, they just have a general 30 to 50. They actually have, 10 to 30, 10 to 30 in the light green, 30 to 50 in southeastern Mass. I'm not quite sure why they're going a little higher there, but they catch things that I don't normally catch. So here's how it looks. Here's what we're dealing with. Of course, we had the storm yesterday. This is the upper air, and we're going to see the trough lift out, which allows for a warm up. There's a little trough moving off the east coast here. You see it there in the blue from Virginia on southward. Little low is going to form offshore. Get a bit of an onshore flow. We've got a new moon, so I think that might be an issue for coastal flooding going into Monday into Tuesday, and maybe even into the first part of Wednesday. But overall, right now, the Weather Service only calling for minor flooding. And then when that goes out, the ridge pops up for later Wednesday night, and Thursday, which will allow for the warm up. How strong that ridge is going to be important for later Thursday and Friday because we got another trough swinging across the Great Lakes. That's going to try and push a cold front through here. And as usual with these things, it's a matter of timing. You can see the snow coming out. First of all, let me just back up. You can see that little wave off the east coast, the high up in Nova Scotia, and the onshore flow here for Tuesday when we have the peak tides. And then it moves out to the east and just kind of weakens. I don't know if I buy that precip that it has for Wednesday on eastern Long Island and Cape Cod. And then here comes our cold front. There's the wave down in Alabama on Thursday evening. So it's another one of these. Does the front come first before the wave goes by, or does the wave go by before the front comes first? And at least from what we see late this afternoon, the model is splitting the difference. It has some rain going to freezing rain and snow as we go through the day, and then it just ends after that. And then it looks like we should have a pretty decent weekend before the next weather systems start to move into the eastern part of the United States. I'll keep an eye on this. If the ridge off the east coast is a little weaker, we could see the front come through a little faster. This is very cold air that is coming down out of Canada. It's bitter cold air, so it does have some weight to it. So we'll have to consider. Sometimes the cold air becomes more important. So I think it'll be a matter of does more of the cold air go into eastern Canada, which would be a problem for us because that cold air will sink southward and the ridge off the east coast will be flatter to allow it. Or is it going to, more of the cold air is going to go down to the south in the middle and lower Mississippi Valley down into Texas, in which case then the ridge will be stronger and there'll be far less to worry about. It might be a bigger deal, though, in places not too far away in upstate New York, where you see, and in northern Pennsylvania, and on up into central and northern New England, and maybe even into southern New England and southeastern New England as that wave goes by. They seem to catch this, at least the way the model is showing it at the moment. So that's what we're watching for this week. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. Your place to pick up whatever you need to make sure your home and your business, that they're safe. You got all the snow off, get the ice off. They've got everything you need there. 631-756-1125, the phone number, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. And the website is omnitruevalue.com. So enjoy the evening, enjoy the football. And we'll see you tomorrow. No Joe and Joe show today. We took a day off, and we're going to take tomorrow off too. So we'll be back on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you then.